Oh my god!
Yeah. Oh, man, now I really hate Kiri. And Gao.
Welcome to levels of episode 20 bad.
Yeah, we're getting close to that level again. Not even close, we're like there. Long story short, why did he have to win? It literally did nothing beneficial to the plot. And in fact, took away from the plot.
Let's get started. This is Buddyfight episode 39. Kiri's a bitch edition.
Again, edition.
Yeah. So, anyway, starts the episode with Iceblade Joker flying through the sky. That's another disappointment, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to him too.
So yeah, he's flying through the sky looking all badass and stuff. Gao and his friends meet up outside school, and they're like, man, have you heard anything from Kiri? No, it's been a month. And they're like, crap, this is really terrible. But then they get into class, and there is a letter literally frozen to Gao's desk.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah, and it's from Kiri. They lift it up off the desk, and they're like, how the heck did Kiri freeze this to the desk? But anyway, so they open the letter, and in it, Kiri has written an apology, saying, I'm sorry I didn't say anything before I left. It was just very hectic, and so I didn't get to say anything. And at first I was like, oh, hey, Kiri's turning around a little bit. Yeah, he's gonna be an asshole later in the episode, but maybe it won't be that bad. No. But anyway, he's like, yeah, it's been a month. I hope you guys haven't forgotten me. This is the school I'm at. If you want to go see me, this is where I am. Come see me soon. And everyone's and Gao's like, man, we should go see him. And they're like, yeah. And his Baku and Kuguru are like, yeah, let's go see him on the weekend. He's like, let's go see him now. And he buddy skills off into the sky. And Baku and Kuguru are like, not everyone has buddy skills, you ass. And they notice that Gao forgot his bag.
Of course.
Not plot relevant. They were gonna go there anyway. It's just he had to forget his bag for some reason.
Because they need as much filler as possible.
So yeah. So then Gao arrives, and he with Drum, obviously, and they get there and they see three kids walking around. They're like, "Hey, have you seen this kid Kiri?" And the kids go, "Hey!"
The horror.
And he's like, yeah, Kiri, he's my friend. They're like, you're friends with Kiri. And then Kiri shows up and they run away like bitches. And, oh, I forgot to mention this. In his letter, Kiri basically challenges Gao to a duel. And Kuguru says, oh man, that sounds like a challenge. There's a beat and then they all laugh. Kiri is such a joke to them that they're laughing at the idea of him initiating a challenge. And I was like, wow, such dicks.
Everybody hates Kiri, rightfully so.
Yeah, so anyway, Kiri appears and he's like, Gao, you came! I'm so excited! I'm so glad you remembered me. This is gonna be so great. We're gonna have a duel. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. Come on, let's go. And Gao's like, what's the hurry? And wow, the lighting just changed on the camera. Anyway, I guess we color corrected. Then he's like, I found a perfect place for us to fight. Let's go! And he runs up to the roof. And Kiri's like, okay, are you ready to fight? And Gao's like, yeah, sure, let's fight. Dark court case. And Gao's like, oh no, he has drugs! Like, that's this whole entire thing was like, they were basically making it seem like the Dark Court deck case was drugs, and Kiri's now hooked on heroin.
Well, yeah, no, he kinda is.
Yeah, as you do. But anyway, and he's like, and I have a buddy too! Iceblade Joker! And then we hear Iceblade Joker's voice.
You've seen Iceblade Joker before, probably from the, what do they call it, preview thing. And he kind of looks like a very intimidating creature.
He looks like a cold killer.
And then he talks.
Okay, this might just be because I've been playing Borderlands recently. I had a friend rent me the game.
I'll continue.
He acts like the psychos from the game. You remember the shoot me in the face guy? He acts like that! So, yeah, he's everywhere. Another thing, you said he acts like Jim Carrey from The Mask.
Smoking.
Yeah, he acts like that. He's off the walls insane. He dances around and makes really horrible ice puns, including Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, well, it's inevitable. If you do an ice joke person, you have to have that joke somewhere.
They made this really intimidating character a joke.
Yeah, well, that's Buddyfight in a nutshell, especially now.
Reminds me of when they revealed General Grievous in the movie after watching the 2D series.
Ha 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 ha.
So, Gao's like, well, what led you to be like this? And Kiri flashes back to when he first got to the school. Flashes black. He flashes back to when he first got to the school, and he started challenging kids to duels, and they stole his cards when he lost.
You know, Sengoku style.
Yeah, so he's like, why am I not getting better at this game?
Because you're a bitch.
So yeah, and I was like, okay, they're showing even more that he's still trying to get better at the game, even after thinking he was going to lose to his friends. He didn't give up completely just yet. But no, they throw that all out the window later too. It's like...
They do it too much.
They do it too much. It's like they need to show more that Kiri isn't willing to give up, but it's like, oh my god. They're not doing this right at all. So anyway, so then Punk-Ass arrives. And, wait, no, this is a different flashback. I'm fusing flashbacks together. Anyway. So, Kiri is mad that he's not getting any better, and we flash back to the fight. And, he equips the Ruin Staff, which I'm pretty sure has absolutely no relevance in this fight at all. I don't think he uses it once. I forget what its skill is. I think it is he draws cards. I'm not sure. I don't think so, though. Because I think he had a set spell for that. But just equipped it for no reason. I'm pretty sure. I forget, like I said, anyway. And then he brings up Frost Giant and attacks Gao. And Gao is like, Kiri, why don't you just tell me what's wrong? And Kiri isn't saying anything, and I'm like, Kiri, you're not... You're upset. Tell your friend you're upset and why you're upset.
He's one of those people who has to be the martyr. He has to be the guy who everyone feels bad for.
I've known someone like that. They are not fun to be around.
Yeah, well, that's who he is.
Yeah, it's just really annoying. But anyway, so then Gao apparently opened with the nuts, brings out Buddy Cold's drum, brings out Iron Fist, brings out Drago Breaker, and then also sets Thunder Formation. All in his first turn. So then, we flash back to, Punk-Ass coming and giving Kiri the Dark Core case, and once again, he is like, no, I don't want to use it, and Punk-Ass is like, you want to get your card back, right? Well, I trust me, this is gonna help you get better. And Kiri's like, well, I'm against the wall, so sure, why not? So then, Kiri proceeds to beat the shit out of these kids, freeze them to the ground. Also, apparently the Dark Core case came with Ice Joker, because we don't actually see him getting Ice Joker.
It's just there.
Yeah, he's just there. He just got him. You think, you know, how much focus Kiri put on getting a buddy, they'd show us him getting Ice Joker?
No, you see, you're under the impression that they care anymore.
Yeah.
And my 11 sword. Sorry, I'm using her again.
Smash came out yesterday. Or technically today.
Sure, today.
Well, at the time of the release of this video. Or the recording, I should say.
Just go!
Anyway, yes, okay. So, anyway, Gao's attacks one of them gets blocked by Achilles Healed. And, then, it's, Kiri's turn again. He attacks. He sets a monster that can't be destroyed if another monster is on the field. And Iceblade Joker's just dancing around like an idiot and even screams at the top of his lungs, "Is it cold enough for ya?" So, the kids come up to Punk-Ass and are like, we don't want to be friends with Kiri anymore. And it shows him beating their faces in again and freezing them to the ground with with either Ragnarod or Fendalir.
Fendalir? What the hell are you saying?
I don't know, that one set spell that has the...
Gleipnir?
Not Gleipnir, the one that draws multiple cards,
whatever,
you guys know.
I don't care, I'm playing a game where I'm using a swordsman to beat up a mouse.
So yeah, he freezes him to the ground and he's like, I'm gonna take my card back now. I mean, it does belong to me. And they're like, yeah, he's too intense. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry he beat your faces in for being assholes. And this show has really mixed messages.
Yep, it's like on the one hand, you gotta take what you want, but on the other hand, if you do, you're bad. So wait, are we supposed to do it, or are we supposed to not do it? What
Are
do
we
you want?
supposed to have cards for every situation, or is that just hate carding?
No, not if your name is, not if you're a main character. Then you can do it as much as you want.
So, then, Kiri's proceeding to kick Gao's ass. And Gao's like, I don't understand what Kiri's game is. I mean, he's drawing a shit ton of cards, has a monster in front of him that can't be destroyed unless I take care of it first, due to getting rid of the other monsters on the field. I just don't know. What could he possibly be doing? He's stalling.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Gao, you have a deck that stalls. Why do you not know what stalling is?
Yeah, this stalls enough, because you gotta set up for that Gargantua, Punisher, or that...
Mega Blast Bunker.
No, not that one, because that one he has the worst put together deck in the world, but it works anyway. Let's be real, if you're using half the cards that he uses in that Mega Bunker deck, you're gonna lose half the time. At least.
Yeah.
But I was talking about his Thunder Knight's set spell.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, Gao uses it. Gets 2 bronze swords, and then it's Kiri's turn, and Kiri sends out Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. I don't even care if that's how it is said. I've never heard it said that way in my life.
Yeah, I've always heard it as Ragnarok, but they're saying Ragnarok. I don't know if it's a Canadian thing or what, but yeah.
I have no idea.
So he is able to pull off the combo where he attacks first, and then he uses it to destroy all cards on the field, all items, all whatever, gets rid of everyone's hand, and brings out Fenrir, and he discarded Ice Joker, so he gets to bring Ice Joker out and buddy call him. And he's like, yes, this was my master plan, Gao! And he brings Gao down to 1 life.
Yep, just like...
You know this is the point where Gao is able to win because of that.
Yeah, it's like the defeat flag. If you don't kill him, you lose. And sometimes even if you kill him, you lose. That's just how this show works. You remember that. Oh, I use my own mimic to do this stupid game thing. We tie so we both blow up. We both reach 0. But wait, I have the armor, so that means I might stay in. And then he does, because what were you expecting? Literally cannot lose.
So then it's Gao's turn. And he gets Buster Sword Dragon. Not Bastard Sword. Bastard Sword.
No,
yeah.
Bastard.
Yeah, Bastard Sword. I even wrote it phonetically on here so that I'd remember that, but I read it wrong.
It's so silly.
And Kiri loses. Now, this is where the point in the episode where it shows its true colors of being absolute terrible shit. Because then Gao continues to try and get Kiri off the drugs, aka Dark Court case, where he's like, see, this proves
you don't need the thing anymore, or at all. Just give it over.
And Kiri's like, no,
this proves that I need it even more. How does it prove?
It proves that no matter what you do, you're still a little bitch and you can't win. Even if you
sell your soul to the devil, it won't let you win.
Because his plot armor is just that thick.
Elliot predicted that what was going to happen was he would fight Kiri at some point. He would beat him after doing the friendship speech like, what Kai did to Aichi. And he would drop the thing after realizing that he's right. But keep the cards he got from it so he has a buddy and a deck to work with. He was almost right.
Why couldn't have Elliot been right?
Because the show wants you to be on your toes, but they don't understand in order to be on your toes, you have to do credible things. Having Kiri lose this fight, but still act like he proved that he needs the thing, even though all it proved is he was no better off in this fight than he was with the Armor Knight deck when he had Zmodai in it. Because I believe in that fight he got him down to 1 also.
It's like every fight Kiri does, he gets this close, and he loses. And it's like...
He's never actually been thoroughly curb stomped before. At
Yeah.
least not in the more recent times he's fought.
Yeah, it's like if he had been if they had shown him just getting curb stomped and then he came this close to winning, that might have proven a point. But no, he always gets this close. It's like this proved nothing. He should have won. It should have.
Yeah, if he won, it would have said that he has gotten more powerful with this new decades and this power. It would have shown that no matter what sorry, wrong show. No matter what Gao says, Carrie won. And as a result, that is all the proof that he would need to say he keeps the power. But instead, with Gao winning, it says he beat Carrie even with the new power. He did it the exact same way he's done in basically every fight ever. But Carrie still refuses to listen because... plot? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like... This is not how you do writing. This is basic writing 101. This is like one of the first things they teach you in film school, is that you have to have a reason...
I'm gonna let you finish, but I realize I still haven't put a shiny Lucario skin in this game.
We have Mewtwo Greninja, but no shiny Lucario.
What I mean is the skin change does not make yellow. Continue.
So it's like... It's like you have to have a cause and effect for when something happens. And it has to have a reason. It's like... okay, so the way it should have gone is Kiri wins. Because of that, like whenever you write something, say your story out loud and say when an event happens, say either because of that or therefore. Something like that should happen that way.
Let me make it easier because you're not saying it properly. You need a who, what, when, where, why. You need this person did this here. This person does not want this to happen. They go over to stop it. They stop it. Because they stopped it, this happens.
Yeah, therefore this must happen. It's like...
What happened in this episode was, this guy got this. This is a bad thing. This guy does not want this guy to have it. He goes there to fight him to beat him to stop him from using it. He beats him to stop him from using it. He uses it anyway because no actual reason. He has no reason to believe that the thing actually gives him power because he's still lost to the guy that he's trying to reach.
Yeah, it's...
in the same fashion that he did the last time he fought him.
And Kiri even says, we're no longer friends now, and I'm leaving.
And then he does that out of nowhere. It's just like, nope. Like, I know why, because he's being manipulated, but it's like, what purpose would he have to use the court case on it by himself for himself? He's already stronger than you. He's already proven that you can't beat him. Why does he need your power? He just wants you to stop being a dick with it.
Yeah.
He's giving Kiri no reason to believe that he is after his power. Because what good would it do? He's already the most powerful player on the planet.
He has yet to lose a fight, and it's the next episode, it will have been 40 episodes. 40 episodes, never lost.
Yeah, like, I get that people... And I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again, because there are people out there still who always use this argument that, well, I bet if you said if he lost all the time, you'd be pissed about that too. And it's like, this one person when I was on Code made a great comparison for me that I could use next time. Freaking humans, right? It's too cold in the Arctic, but it's too hot in the middle of a volcano. Am I right? The mid-ground exists for a reason. And that's what the show is missing. It's missing a mid-ground. Kiri always loses. Gao always wins. Everyone else is so superfluous, they basically win all the time unless they're fighting Gao. Or each other, because one of them has to lose.
It's like the whole thing with Kazani last episode. Oh, they're so evenly matched. In what way? One of them's a god, and the other one's just a normal girl.
Yeah, sure.
Well, the way he acts, he is.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what the hell are you talking about?
I'm saying that he has the immunities of a god. He can't lose. He never will lose. Because he has plot armor so thick, it makes Ash's Pikachu look like a freaking normal mouse.
Hey, Ash's Pikachu lost to a level 5 Snivy. Its plot armor has the biggest cracks in the world.
I know. It's just... This
I
is
know
so
what you're saying, and I agree. Gao, who should have just lost. I understand they don't want their poster child to lose, but dude, this was the place for him to do it. There was absolutely zero reason for him to win here.
I was so ready to buy that cake, guys.
Yeah, like literally, we were getting ready to go out, buy a cake, because we thought this would be where he loses, because if he doesn't, one of two things are going to happen. Either Carrie's going to give up the powers, making it be about, a 2-episode arc for him, which would have been stupid, or he keeps the powers anyway for some hand-waved reason, which is also stupid.
And the thing is I don't even understand why Gao has to have this plot armor. Why can't... Do the writers really think that the second he loses that is a submission of failure? That immediately it'll make Gao look like he's the weakest player ever and he's not competent of anything? You can let your main character lose sometime.
I bet he's based off of the main director's son. Or something. Or maybe the creator of Buddyfight's son or something like that. So it's like, he can't lose because he has to show his friends that he's so great at this game. Like, that's usually how that works. It's usually how people with plot armor exist. Is because they're based off somebody and they can't lose because of that.
See, I usually hate bringing up buzzwords, but I'm going to right now. The term Mary Sue gets blown out of proportion so much because of characters like Gao. It's like, oh, your character's a Mary Sue because they never do this. You're allowed to show a character to have a submission.
Gao's a Mary Sue is because he can do no wrong.
Exactly.
He's literally done nothing wrong, yet the whole freaking show revolves around him for no reason. He's just a kid, as far as we can tell. He has a buddy, like, probably 30% of the people on the planet do.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is everything happening around him? And why is he just able to plow through it all like it's nothing? Like, none of this has to happen. And yet it does. And I know we keep saying a lot because
this is
the worst
problem
the show has, and they keep doing it. But it's worse now because they've done it over and over and over again in almost every single episode for the last 10 episodes. Or like 5 episodes. Whenever he fought in the Sengoku arc. Against Sword Guy. Whenever that was. Because he was in like almost every single fight. You know, from then to now. Except for the Hero one and the Flashback. Because, you know, Flashback. Lord knows we needed another Flashback for the arc we just watched. But that's a different story altogether.
Final thoughts on the episode.
Wow, Gary, stop, and Gao, why?
Yeah, I agree, but I guess the real question, since we all know what our final thoughts are, is it worse than episode 20?
Why are you comparing it to episode 20?
I don't know, because they're both, in my book, the most terrible episodes.
They are, but they're terrible for different reasons.
Yeah.
Episode 20 is terrible because, in contrast to what an episode we had only a few episodes ago, in fact, is saying that to be a hero, you don't protect people as your priority. You just be strong. Because that's all you need to make other people strong or something like that. And it's like, well, it is good to be a role model for people. A hero's job is to look out for people who can't protect themselves. And that wouldn't have been so bad if they weren't basically straight up, literally, in fact, said to Genma's face that he was wrong and what he was following was a lie. Mm-hmm. They literally said what he was believing was a lie.
So the difference between these two episodes is that one was wrong because it was morally and horribly wrong.
That one was morally wrong because it was saying, freaking, don't help people, even if you have the power to, unless it's convenient for you.
And this one's just horrible because from a writing standpoint.
This one's just horrible from the writing standpoint of, he lost, he was just proven to him that his power is pointless, but he's going to keep the power anyway and just pretend the whole thing never happened.
So yeah. Terrible episode. Go to our website, betapunkproductions.com. We are still continuing to update there.
As far as this, though, I think we're going to take a bit of a break until we can guarantee have something to talk about.
Yeah, next episode, Darkness Dragon World appears, but guys, this is getting really hard to do. we're both busy,
We're
and
busy
it's
with
like
other
this episode
things,
was disgusting.
And we keep coming to these episodes, and they keep doing
this
kind of crap. We might just do what we did with Vanguard, and we might just take a break until we actually get something of substance. Because even the fight wasn't even worth anything if anyone's curious. It was exactly what you see every single time.
Yeah.
Now it brings out monsters, they attack, they either get through or they're blocked by a shield. He moves a couple of them because some of them have move. He almost loses, but then he doesn't. That was the whole fight. Does that sound about right?
Yep. You didn't even watch it.
Yep, I was only listening to it from the background every now and again because, again, Smash. But I heard what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
And since you watched it, I know you can collaborate it.
Yep. That's basically what happened. So yeah, don't watch this episode. Go and enjoy Smash instead.
Yeah, Smash is out. Korra's on its last season. P and Poopy Cat is going to be out in a month or so.
November.
I said a month.
Oh yeah, you're right. That is a month. I'm silly. I still think it's September.
And I feel like it's something else. Oh yeah. Booster 4 sneak for Buddyfight is this weekend for certain places, I guess.
Yeah, go to the website if you want to see if you have a location near you that says that. Also, Steven Universe is actually becoming somewhat competent.
We haven't even talked about it ever.
I know. I'm just excited about it.
Yeah, now we have to go into detail about what that even means.
Never mind. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Long story short, it started off pretty okay, but pretty darn slow too. Especially for 11-minute episodes where you think they'd want to move their asses a bit faster. But they got some good character development, and then we find out from Sugar and one of the writers themselves that was on purpose. The first 25 episodes were supposed to be slowed to just kind of get an atmosphere for the real stuff, and then we had a big half-hour special, which showed stuff getting real, stuff revealed, and all kinds of cool stuff, and it got really hype. And the episode after that, while not super great for reasons, upon reasons, did have continuity from that one directly transfer over and show some growth. And for Steven as a
person.
No, not a person, as a gem warrior. Don't you say words anymore.
Okay, I'm sorry.
As a gem warrior. So, yeah, things are starting to go down, and somewhere I have the list of every episode that's happening for the rest of this season, and I just don't know where it is, but yeah, some stuff is going to be going down this season.
So
Some pretty cool stuff, some pretty one-shotty stuff, as you expect, but yeah, if you like Steven Universe, you should be excited about that.
But anyway, before I ruin anything else, I'm tired, I'm mad, we're going to take a bit of a break most likely. I will still watch the episode just in case, in case something good happens. But anyway, see you later, guys.
See ya.